I want my doctor to be arrogant. When I go in for major surgery, I want my surgeon to be arrogant. I'd like him to truly believe that he's the best there is at this procedure, and that I'd be a fool to go elsewhere. I'm not even sure that I want him to spend a lot of time to explain to me, a rookie, exactly what he's going to do or why. Early in life, I had to choose between honest arrogance and hypocritical humility. I chose honest arrogance, and I have seen no occasion to change. That was Frank Lloyd Wright. As I board a 767 for a flight on a stormy day, I want my pilot to be arrogant. I want her to bristle at any implication that she can't fly the socks off of every single male pilot in the company, with one manicured hand tied behind her back. And I don't really want her to spend any time trying to make sure I'm comfortable with the route she's planning or how much fuel is on board. Timing and arrogance are decisive factors in the successful use of talent. Marja Mainz. When I'm in a burning building, I want that fireman to be arrogant. I'd like him to believe that he is faster, braver, and more skilled than anyone else on the truck. That no matter how dire the situation looks, he'll be able to get me out and keep me breathing. And I really don't want him to spend any time considering whether I understand how pumper trucks work or what's the best way to wield the axe. It ain't bragging if you can back it up. Dizzy Dean. I was told this week that I lost a bid on a project because the client felt that I was arrogant, that I hadn't spent enough time listening to them, understanding their situation, and really explaining exactly what I'd do and why. And I've been thinking about this. It's a valid complaint. I probably did come off that way, even though well over half the time we spent together was taken up by the principal just rambling through his thoughts on the situation in general, as the rest of his team sat mute. Even though the problem they had was no different than any other org that was attempting to spool up on that product. I've got a pretty decent resume on doing exactly that type of work, same as they were looking for, in some pretty big ponds. Theirs was a pretty small pond. The fact that I didn't spend a lot of time asking detailed questions and turning every single duck in the pond upside down to see if it had feet must have emphasized that. The fact that I didn't sound worried about taking on the project, or worried about success, or really even worried about whether or not they wanted to hire me, probably did come off as arrogant. At the end of the day, though, being honest, as Mr. Wright recommends, helps me avoid projects where the client and I won't mesh well. This group obviously wanted to be very involved in decisions, and have me spend lots of time communicating with them, and make sure they were on board with each choice that I made as we went along. They just weren't going to be comfortable to get on that airplane, to lay down on that gurney, or to climb down that ladder on my say-so alone. That's certainly their option, and I do have a model where I'm willing to do projects like that. But clients usually don't sign up. If you want to help me do the job, I'll have to charge you double. Dick Carlson. Now, before you start posting comments about how I should be nicer, or not show this arrogance to the customer, or pretend that I'm really interested in how they want the systems managed, tell me the truth. When the engines flame out, who do you want to land the plane? And do you want them to be arrogant? Arrogant is an adjective, making claims or pretensions to superior importance or rights.